When I was 8, my brother Ethan told me our father was dead. It was raining that day. I remember because Mom was crying in the kitchen and I could hear thunder rolling through the hills. Ethan came to my room, sat beside me on the floor and said softly, "Emma, Dad's gone. There was an accident. He's never coming back." I didn't fully understand what gone meant, but I cried because Ethan cried. I clung to his shirt, asking when Dad would come home. He just shook his head and whispered, "Not this time, kiddo." That was the last time anyone in our house said his name. As I grew up, our home became a quiet place filled with unspoken things. Mom never talked about Dad, not once. If I asked, her face would harden and she'd say, "Drop it, Emma." So I learned not to ask. Ethan became everything to me. A brother, a father figure, a protector. When Mom worked double shift, he packed my lunch. When I cried about school, he told me stories about Dad. Stories where he was a hero, brave and kind. I believed every word. After high school, Ethan helped me get into college. He worked 2 jobs to help with my rent. When I graduated, he was in the front row, clapping louder than anyone. When I got married, it was Ethan who walked me down the aisle. And I remember whispering, "I wish Dad was here," and Ethan smiled and said, "He'd be proud of you." Thought he meant it. Thought he missed him too. 25 years later, when Mom passed away, we found her attic full of dusty boxes. Ethan didn't want me going through them, said it was just old junk. But something inside me felt drawn to it. While sorting through her things, I found a small, worn-out wooden box. Inside was a folded letter, a silver locket, and an old photograph. The picture showed Dad, smiling, alive, standing by a Christmas tree. The date written on the back said, "Christmas 2010, Ohio." My heart stopped. Dad supposedly died in 2008. At first I thought maybe it was mislabeled. But then I noticed a reflection in the background. A young man holding a camera. It was Ethan. That night I couldn't sleep. I stared at that photo under the lamp, trying to make sense of it. Had Ethan lied to me? Had Mom? The next day I checked Dad's name online. Something I'd never done before. What I found made my blood run cold. A public record. An address. And a recent photo. He was alive. Older, gray-haired, living in Ohio. Married with 2 kids. My whole body went numb. I felt betrayed, sick, and furious all at once. How could they lie to me for so long? Why? The next evening I drove to Ethan's house, the photo trembling in my hand. When he opened the door, his face drained of color. "Emma, what are you doing here?" I shoved the photo into his chest. "You lied to me," I said, my voice cracking. "You said he was dead." "You both did." He didn't answer. He just looked down at the photo for a long time, like he was staring into a past he couldn't escape. Finally he said quietly, "You weren't supposed to find that." "Find what?" I shouted. "The truth. That my father's alive. That he has another family." Ethan's jaw tightened. His voice broke. "He cheated on Mom, Emma. He left us for another woman. I saw what it did to her. She was destroyed. She begged me to protect you from him. To let you think he was gone. So I did." For a moment the room felt too small to breathe in. "So you lied to me for 25 years? I asked. "I lied to protect you," he said. "You were 8. You wouldn't have understood." I shook my head, tears blurring my vision. "You didn't protect me, Ethan. You broke me." He stepped forward, his eyes glassy. "Do you think I wanted this? I watched Mom cry herself to sleep for years. I couldn't let you grow up hating him and blaming yourself. But that's exactly what happened. I spent my entire life blaming myself. For not remembering his voice, for not being enough to make him stay. I left that night without another word. For days I wandered through old memories like broken glass. I remembered birthdays without him, graduation without him, every father-daughter dance I skipped. I'd grieved a man who wasn't dead. Finally one night I sat down and wrote him a letter. I told him who I was. That I'd found out. That I didn't hate him, I just wanted to know why. I didn't expect a reply. But a week later a letter came back. It was short. His handwriting shaky. "Emma. I tried to reach you for years. Your mother returned every letter I sent. She said you were better off without me. I made terrible mistakes, but I never stopped thinking of you. Dad." I cried until the paper was soaked. 2 months later I went to Ohio. I didn't tell Ethan. When I saw my father, older, frail but with the same blue eyes, I felt both love and rage crash through me. He opened his arms and for a moment I was that little girl again, desperate for the hug I'd missed my whole life. He apologized over and over, his voice trembling. He told me about the affair, about how he thought Mom would never forgive him. He said he respected her decision to keep me away, but not a day went by that he didn't regret it. We spent hours talking. And for the first time in decades I felt peace. Not forgiveness, not yet. But peace. When I returned home, Ethan was waiting. He didn't ask where I'd been. He just looked at me and said softly, "You found him, didn't you?" I nodded. He swallowed hard, then whispered, "Good. You deserved to." And that was it. No yelling. No anger. Just two siblings sitting in silence, both victims of the same lie, both trying to heal from it in their own way. It's been a year now. I visit my father sometimes. He's not perfect, but he's trying. And Ethan, we're slowly rebuilding what was broken. But I'll never forget that lesson. Lies don't protect people. They just delay the pain until it's unbearable. The truth always comes out, even if it takes 25 years. Headphone: if you've ever been lied to by the people you trusted most, know this. The truth hurts once. A lie hurts forever. Broken Heart. Subscribe for more emotional stories about love, lies, and the family secrets that shape who we are.